Forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. NETT Radio.
Rise up. It's the NETT Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
Well, good morning to all you, and not just island girls, but island boys, island people. I think I know that name. Good morning, everybody, wherever you may be coming in from this morning. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning to Tobago, neighbors to the Caribbean. How are you doing? Yeah, all island people. Good day to you all. Good morning to those of you who are streaming all around the globe in your different time zones and spaces. Thank you so much. So much for being here with us each and every day. New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean, and yes, we take you above and beyond. Hoping that all is well with you. I hope you're well rested. And you're ready for all that will be coming your way today, good and bad. So let me say much thanks as always to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day. And all that we do, dear God, everything that we do, I ask that it be a blessing unto your people. I'm yours truly, Sir Charles. Check it in, and happy am I to be here with you as we welcome everybody to Get Up and Go. This is your breakfast show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here, we bring in the soca way. Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line, let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your double or your morning drink.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Hump Day. Good morning, everybody. And of course, welcome wherever you may be. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. And we really appreciate your company. And we are going to have a really fantastic day. So thanks to everybody, as I said, wherever you are. And let me say thanks to our co-hosts coming in. Wendell is here very early, which will join us, I'm sure, along the way. But guys, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe, especially our listeners and viewers in St. Kitts and Nevis this morning, where things heating up. All I've been seeing and reading for the entire night and morning is the speech by Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister. That's all I've been seeing. I started to look at it and I didn't finish looking because a call interrupted it and I just didn't go back to it. But I've been reading a lot of the comments, either in favor of it or certainly against it. You know?
Well, we know that goes, huh?
Yeah.
Life of politics and politicians, you know.
I guess we could get into it a little later because I'm sure people in our chat will have their opinions on it. Of course, the opposition leader, Penelope Beckers, would have already put out a statement condemning it. As I said, parts of it that I listened to, I frowned at it. I said, what is she saying? You know, and then other parts I said, okay, I could understand why you would say that. You know, but it was very, very strange. It was a very strange speech coming from a prime minister, probably the most controversial speech of a prime minister at CARICOM in a very, very long time. You know, it just, so but she has her style now. So Kamala 2.0. Well, I think she went up a few notches yesterday.
Right, that kind of thing. I've heard it, or seen it,
Yeah, somebody sent me a link. Harper sent me a link to it. So as I say, I started to watch it and I got sidetracked. A call came through and that was it. I didn't go back to it. So I'm reading all the comments though. But it was. I don't understand the parts. Some parts of the speech. I didn't understand the reference to embracing the United States and that caused a reduction in crime. I didn't understand that. And that's not true. I don't know how the embracing of the United States in their war against Venezuela assisted you in reducing murders in the country. That, I don't agree with that. The issue of opposition being represented at the CARICOM, maybe she has a point, but then CARICOM will become very contentious if that happens. That opposition leaders are allowed a seat at the CARICOM heads of government table. That could become contentious, but CARICOM leaders will have to decide on that.
That was one of the proposals being put forward.
Yeah, she said that because she said that when she was opposition leader, she complained about our country and the PNM government kidnapping a citizen from Barbados and bringing them back home, and arresting them. I didn't understand that reference when it came to CARICOM because she said that when she wrote to the CARICOM secretariat, up to today she has never gotten a response. So in that context, she's asking that opposition be part, right. Opposition leaders be part of the
CARICOM.
But again, you made a accusation that I don't know that you could back it up, Prime Minister Prasad Bisesa, about the kidnapping of a citizen. And so I know that the law, the courts deemed it as such. But when you put that blame on a government, I mean, you want to put the blame on somebody, put it on the TTPS, you know what I mean? But anyway, that also will become a very contentious issue, I'm sure. But some other things I was reading that she said, I didn't actually hear it. So I can't comment on it, But as I said, some people are praising her, so much so that the member of parliament for St. Joseph, who you don't hear about at all, is the Minister of Justice. He says nothing, does nothing. Well, I mean, I can't say he does nothing. But you
Joseph boy?
You don't hear him.
Who's in St. Joseph boy?
Devesh Maharaj.
Oh, yes.
You don't already know him, man.
No.
He put out a release supporting the Prime Minister. I mean, I found that curious. But those are all things that are happening, people. I have some birthdays. Let me do that. Greg Harewood, Marlene Sorilio, Taja Ice Cream Hodge, who is my niece living out in the States. Gemma Andrews, Patricia McMillan, Natalie Bartholomew, Sherrianne Karut Sebron. Hey, Sherrianne, happy birthday. Wife of Kirk Sebron. I haven't heard from Kirk in a long while. Gemma Williams, Marsha Raphael, Tina Grunland Nunes. That's a popular name down San Fernando. They are all celebrating birthdays today. February 25th, and? Yes, the
25.
25th, yes. Happy birthday to you all and anybody else celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday, So, I guess we could, I don't know if you have any comments to make, Sir Charles.
Well, as I am picking it up on the fly where some of these things are concerned. One of the reasons I'm looking at it last night, because I read the newspapers online, and I find within recent times the two entities that we have right now, which is the Guardian and the Express, they update and post their online news. I don't know if it's deliberately rare late now, but all 8 o'clock is no updates on the news and thing. And that is one of the reasons why I missed the news day. I was looking at it, and over the last few days coming out of the carnival, actually I was paying attention. The news day was filling up an area where news and style and type of news was coming. Now that they're not there, I'm noticing it more now. They were covering some of the other stories, and things were coming faster.
Yeah, but remember the news day,
especially where the online platform is concerned. I find the Express and them, like, they used to compete with them and kind of stay at a certain time. So you find like 4, 5 o'clock in the evening, you would have known what was coming in the news today. But the news, they just disappear. Because of their whatever. Yeah, it seems like the Express and the Guardian get released, but
yeah, well,
they're dragging the flag.
Express and Guardian are parts of a conglomerate, so they I guess that's as I say, only because of this breakfast show why I take an interest in the newspaper sometimes. I stopped taking an interest in newspapers for a while now. I was happy not to even buy a newspaper after a while, because I was one of those, Sir Charles, I was addicted to news. I used to stay up in the night and go and buy newspapers just as it come out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I found myself parking up outside Guardian on Abercrombie Street at time, waiting for the newspaper to finish. It was that bad with me.
Wow.
I used to go for papers. I used to buy all at that point in time.
Yeah.
And then
I guess the passion to what you was actually doing at that point in time too.
Yeah. I was addicted.
That's a very important aspect of it.
I think that must be contributed to my sleep deprivation too, because I just used to be up reading. You know what I mean?
Well, it can really thing, but I try to make it a point regardless to what I'm doing. At a certain time, I knock it off and I go down and sleep. Yeah,
well, thankfully I'm not in that era again. I take a long while before I break habits. Some of them, that is. I take a while. I give it as much opportunity as possible, and then that's it. When it's done, it's done. All
right, well, let's do our good news for today, and then we'll come back and greet people in the stream, right? So people, stay with us.
So the people here in Trinidad have been so friendly. I was not expecting that. Every interaction I've had with someone has just been very, very positive. From the moment I arrived, the immigration officer, he was like super, super nice. He was giving me recommendations, pleading with me to go to Tobago. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time on this trip. And then the car rental lady was really funny. I nearly gave her a heart attack though, because she asked where I was staying and I said Leventil, which apparently is a really dangerous area of the city, and she was like really, really shocked. But yeah, she was really happy. And then the accommodation I'm staying at, the host, she was amazing, like giving me all these recommendations, giving me tips and stuff. But yeah, hope it continues, because the people here in Trinidad at the moment have gave me the first impressions that it could be the friendliest nation in the Caribbean.
Yeah, that was good news for you guys, Trinidad and Tobago. What he said when you say, the stigmatization don't stop it.
No. Yeah. No. I don't think Leventil will ever the stigmatization of Leventil will ever change. I don't think it will ever change.
I think a lot of things could change if we can really get the crime situation under control. That's the problem.
Yeah, well,
crime is doing us a great injustice.
Yeah, it is. It's like certain parts of the United States and so on. It's not. It will always be known as a hotspot, as a dangerous area.
Yeah.
Those things don't change just like that. Anyway, let me greet the people in the chat. Apologies to folks on Gael. I have my television in front of me. It's still not on us yet. And you know what Gael also needs to do, and I could say this on here. They need to schedule us as part of their programming. It's never shown on the morning that the coming up next is breakfast show or anything like that. It's always some other program that they have, but they show us, right?
Right.
they need to actually put us as part of the schedule if we have to be if I have to be honest. Right? But it's not on us yet. I don't know why. Maybe somebody ain't get up yet to flick it. Anyway, let me greet the people in the chat. Eunice Dublin, good morning. She sent it at 11:59, just snuck in before midnight. Valerie Mendoza, dead on midnight. And happy hump day. Margaret Thomas, Anthony Tinto, morning Tinto, how are you all there? Ron DeSantis Jr. from Norfolk, Virginia. 2 separate speeches on one night. One well written and real, another kept it real. What are you talking about, Ron? You need to be contextualize what you're saying. Blessed morning from Robert Allen Apollonius. Good morning, guys. Erica Charles also says good morning.
Morning, Erica.
Diane Payne. Manuela Peters. Boy Bidesi from DB. Raymond Pickett. Good morning to the breakfast crew. I was disgusted with our PM's address at CARICOM. Embarrassing. Robert Taylor says good morning. Sherwin and Juliet Kerr also says good morning. Marlon Motley, good morning all. Happy hump day. Carol Guevara, happy hump day. Kathy Ann Charles, happy hump day too. And Arlene in Bronxville, Texas. Dave Gosine, Stellar Services, who is...
Morning, Dave.
No, I was mixing up Stellar Services with CAT Consulting Services. Slick Money Grip, good morning. Arlene Lois, blessings of the day, guys. Gavin Frank from Powder Magazine. Wayne Ramsey from Fort Lauderdale. Alistair Hart from San Fernando. It's sad to see all the work done at CARICOM over the years reversed in less than a year. Shema Paul. Ava Smith also sends good morning. Debbie Modest. Diana Hamill. Magic. Ian Stewart. Ambrose Barr. Good morning from New York. I was in New York this morning. I haven't seen any image in the last 24 hours to know that it's cleared up. Nicola McNichols, good morning. CAT Consulting Services. That's Chris Tuse, says Grand Rising. Sankofas also sends good morning. And the war on... Oh, okay. Rena Jennings heard that disastrous speech by the PM at the CARICOM meeting.
Oh, Lord, Rena.
Prabha Ramdial says good morning. Dave Gosine, power to the head. Carla Hercules, good morning. Sankofa is also commenting on the speech. Carlisle Cupid, Margarita Chow, David McCarthy, Diane Payne. All right, some criticism coming in for the PM here. I can't read all. Trinidad Margot says good morning. Richard M. Jeremiah. Mrs. R says good morning. That is addictive. I think she must be talking about my newspaper addiction. It was an addiction. Apollina said, I found the PM speech also. Oh boy. Gail is not streaming as yet. Wendy and James. Merle McComey, good morning. Scorpion Pepper, good morning. Ava Smith agreed, Wendell. I used to buy every newspaper and stopped buying any a few years ago. Carol Guevara, happy birthday to her sister and musician, music teacher, Bernadette Roberts. So happy birthday, Bernadette, coming from you. Carol Guevara. Florence Bazzi also says, good morning, Kings and Chatters. Dean Allen, hi everyone. Wendell, have to disagree with you on that one. Species can change. One example is bamboo from what it was to what it is now. I didn't say the space can't change, you know. I said the reputation of the space. That's what I said. I never said the space can't change. Scorpion Pepper, concerning the PM speech, didn't UNT operators go to campaign in St. Vincent? That part too, I'm glad you reminded me of that, Scorpion Pepper. I didn't understand her attacking, well, for want of a better word, CARICOM leaders for involving themselves in other CARICOM nations' elections, when clearly Trinidad and Tobago involved in other CARICOM nation elections. I didn't understand that part either. So thanks for reminding me of that. Because we had a local government official, isn't he? Yes, I think he's a local government official. He's part of a board. Openly campaigning in a couple of the Caribbean islands. So I didn't understand that. New York still have lots of snow on the ground, and Ingrid from Tucson also says good morning. Right. So those are morning, Richard. Welcome.
Morning, guys. Morning to listeners and viewers. Morning to my co-host, of course, Wendell and Sir Jones.
Morning, Richard. It's good to have you. Just before we get to Richard, let me say good morning as we're in that mood to Peter Wilson, who was in very early this morning, to Kent in Laventille. Good day to you. Salty Menti, good morning. Archbishop Ashton Clark and in Canada. Zena, good morning to you. Suzanne, thank you very much for being here. Rena Buddha Jennings is also here in the chat. Colin and Kelly out of Carenage, good day to you. Captain Ron, good day to you. And of course, CJ out there in New York, up very early in the chat this morning also. And Sexy Reds is also very busy in the kitchen, she says this morning. Yeah, all right. So go ahead, Richard. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. I heard you talking. Was that the Prime Minister's speech at CARICOM that you were talking about?
Yes.
I didn't see it. Did she say anything important?
Well, I could.
I'm saying that there's some criticism, but I mean, I didn't see the speech, so I can't criticize in one way or the other. You know, whether to praise or to criticize. I didn't see it, so I have no clue. Did you all show it this morning? Is it a long speech?
It was. I didn't watch the entire thing. I got it. I'm gonna send it for you all. I got it from someone, and I started to watch it, and as I said, a phone call interrupted me watching it. So I didn't see the references to Cuba and all the other things that I saw people commenting on. But as I said, I heard certain things that I both frowned on and one or two I agreed with, but I didn't understand the reference to the United States, embracing the United States as causing a reduction in murders in the country. That's what she said, that because of her embracing of the United States, it resulted in 257 citizens less being murdered. I don't even know if that is even a proper statistic, how you use data. That you compare murder rate from the year before, or murder count from the year before, and say that we have saved the lives of 257 because it's 257 less. It's still 400 and something, you know? So I don't understand those references at all. And she said it's because of the involvement of the United States. I thought it was because of the state of emergency. Is she saying that the United States advised us to call a state of emergency? I'm not sure. The connection to United States in our less murders in the region. I don't understand that. You know what I mean? And she confirmed that Trinidad and Tobago is not a zone of peace. She said that last evening. She also referenced her complaint about the kidnapping. She said the last government kidnapped a citizen and brought him back. And she said she had written to the CARICOM secretariat, and up to today she has never gotten a response. So she felt that opposition leaders should now also be recognized in CARICOM. You know, so I didn't understand that part. I mean, it's a proposal, I guess she put in to the CARICOM. So I said, she said some other things, as I said, that I didn't understand. You know, I didn't understand, and I didn't hear because I didn't look at the entire thing, so I can't comment on some of the other issues that people are raising.
Okay, I mean, I didn't see it at all, so I have no opinion because I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So I have to see it to be able to have an opinion. Did you watch it, Sir Jones?
Actually, no, I did not. I was now telling Wendell about that, and with the void that the Newsday it has created by falling out some of the stories and the time that we would have been getting some of the updated stories. I mean, I check things online, and 7, 8 o'clock, sometimes 9 o'clock, papers are not being updated. When the news was there, I don't know if it's because of the competition, because they would update their things very early, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening, you get updates on stories, but stories are coming very late now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it apparently is a long speech. I didn't, as I said, I didn't listen.
Most likely it would be, because I suppose, you have a lot of time to talk and stuff. So, yeah. And I don't think it might be anything less than either a half an hour or 45 minutes.
Probably not.
Because there was also a big speech yesterday from the State of the Union from President Trump, which I also did not see, so I have no clue what he said and how that went. I'm assuming people in the commentary section would have. So I saw neither of those two speeches because, of course, I'm busy with the play, which is opening on Saturday and Sunday, Scandal in Cedras. So that, this is the week of long nights. So that's why my apologies for being a little late this morning. But it's some long nights. So this is the week that it really gets grueling in terms of rehearsals and pulling things together. So Scandal in Cedras is on this weekend on Saturday at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30 at the Central Bank Auditorium. And of course, we're getting ready to launch on Saturday night the premiere of the play Scandal in Cedras. Of course, tickets are available at the Central Bank box office, and I know loads of people have been going there to get their tickets. So you can get your tickets there. You can also get your tickets at K-Squared Fashions in West Mall, East Gates, and in Brentwood Mall in Chagonas. Electronics in Arima, Jabili Rao in Tunapuna, and Tony's Florals in Val Park Shopping Plaza, and Sharflare Auto Services in Sharflare. And you can also purchase tickets online. You can check RSRR Productions Theatre on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, and any of the posts, if it's not in the post itself, it's the first comment to the post that will tell you how you could purchase tickets online. So so looking forward to that. It's a lot of fun, but it's also exhausting.
Can imagine. All right, people, we are going for our commercial break, and we shall be back. Stay with us.
From the producers of You Don't Leave Out to Watch Corn, now comes the first play of 2026. From the producers of You Don't Leave Out to Watch Corn, now comes the first play of 2026, Scandal in Cedras. What can possibly be going on in Cedras? Scandal in Cedras premieres at the Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only on Saturday the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are out now at all usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium from the week of Monday the 23rd of February. Scandal in Cedras. You ain't ready for this one. Scandal in Cedras. Boy, the place got mad.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
All right. Yeah. We are back and we go straight into the newspapers. Where is it? Why isn't it coming up? All right. Cuban regime Prime Minister Kamala Prasad. What is going on with my phone now? Just now, folks. Ease up for errand drivers. There's a story on the Cuban thing that I'm not getting to come up. Prez Sando stay atop in SSCL all square. I'm sure I'll get it down below here. Right. Banker left with fractured skull in home invasion. Violent criminal attack on Outies doubles in Golconda. Bandits blockade road to rob bread van. Man 44 found dead under weightlifting equipment. That's a sad story. Woman 63 reports $24,000 custom broker scam. And this is the main story. Kamala distances country from Cuban regime. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar declared yesterday that Trinidad and Tobago does not support Cuba's dictatorial regime. The PM addressed the issue during her remarks at the opening ceremony of CARICOM. All right, so that's the main story in today's papers. All right, those are all stories trending into today's Online Express.
All right, so I'll get to the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. Kamala gets one-on-one with Rubio. PM to hold bilateral security talks with U.S. Secretary of State in St. Kitts ahead of group session tomorrow. That's what I'm seeing in the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. Prime Minister delivers scathing address at CARICOM summit opening. UVEX loss. Strongly defends TNT support of U.S. action against Venezuela. Admonishes leaders for interfering in regional elections. Warns grouping against supporting dictatorship in Cuba. Sharply criticizes Secretariat over its non-response to Brent Thomas kidnapping. In a hard-hitting address to fellow CARICOM leaders, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar delivered a forceful defense of her unwavering support for United States President Donald Trump, while sharply rebuking members of the regional bloc for what she described as political interference across the region and their failure to confront Venezuela in defense of Ghana. TPP claps back at Kamit over Farley St. Kitts mission. Regional leaders push back against talk of CARICOM split. Parliamentarians hail PM Rubio meeting. Shot Ocelot clings to life after surgery. And Bryden subsidiary in Barbados, now Moet Hennessy distributor. DOMA Zoso law, a stopgap measure to fight crime. CIBC rules out digital onboarding for SMEs. June Indian capital would support refinery opening. Samburu and Abu at odds over Chinese costumes in inverted commas. I don't know if these are early stories or late stories or what.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, but that's it for the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian today.
Yeah. Another bit of news that I saw come out this morning is Town Restaurant on Cipriani Boulevard is closing down.
It's moving across the road. I
don't know where it's moving to, but they just say it's moving to a new location.
Across the road.
When you say across the road, what do you mean? Is there a car park across the road?
Yeah.
No, there's a new building built there now, Wendell.
Is that there?
I believe so.
I didn't know that.
So I think so. So I think they're just moving across the road.
Okay.
No, let me put a caveat. I'm not 100% sure, but I know from my previous interactions that they were building that building.
Oh.
And so I believe they're moving across the road, but I could be wrong.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not like when
they'll pay rent to go in your own building. Which one you would choose?
Oh, I thought they owned where they were. Actually, no. I know who owns that building. I know who owns that building. Because he used to run a disco, a nightclub upstairs. I now remember who.
What would you do? Pay rent to go in your own building?
Go in your own building, I guess. I didn't know the building. I didn't know the building across the road was associated with them.
I believe it is.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
you'll find out in short time.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Just as Richard mentioned, going into your own building, I was in Port of Spain this week, and my son, we were walking and CJ, and I'm sure all of these buildings in and around Port of Spain that are not in use, that government used to rent, and because of Mr. Madigan moving into the different buildings, so a lot of those buildings are just there now because the government has decided, we're building our own thing, and all that money that we are paying in rent.
I get frightened, Wendell. I thought he was going to say NETT Radio going and moving to building.
So that is in the future. We get in there, Richard.
Well, NETT Radio was invited to come into our studio every morning again, and I say, hell no. I ain't doing that. jumping in my car 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to go to a studio, rush to a studio again. No, I had enough of years of that.
Yes. And yeah, people, let's do our Did You Know segment, and then we will get into all the other things, right?
Do you see that traffic light? Do you see that parking garage? This intersection is where I experienced the burnt toast theory in real time, and it changed the way I experience frustrations in my life.
The burnt toast theory. It says that a small inconvenience like remaking your toast can change your timing just enough to guide you to something better or to protect you from something worse.
I was headed through this intersection and I had the green light, and a car flew out of the parking garage from the wrong side, headed in the opposite direction, and we missed each other by inches.
This happened years ago, and I still think about it because the only reason I did not get into an accident is because I wasn't there any sooner. And the only reason I wasn't there any sooner is because earlier I tapped on my brakes and gave space to someone who I thought was either a new driver or someone who was lost. Paulo Coelho, in his book The Alchemist, talks about the universe having a conspiracy to help you win. The biggest win of all is you making it home at the end of the day. The conspiracy to help you win will be disguised as an inconvenience. It's that red light that takes too long. It's that person who's too slow to move when that light turns green. And it's that person camping on the fast lane. So maybe the delay is not against you. Maybe it's positioning you. Maybe it's adjusting your timing by a few seconds that you cannot see. If you're going to believe in a conspiracy, believe in the one that's trying to get you to make it home at the end of the day. Making it home is the most underrated blessing we have. And every time I wipe my shoes on the mat, that is my cue to say thank you, because nothing about today was guaranteed.
That's what people like Wendell, who always cussing people who in the fast lane.
Yes.
Yeah. That is the universe helping you win, Wendell. Delaying you by a few seconds to say, Wendell, we have you. So don't be upset and don't send up your blood pressure and be cussing people and then saying you don't cuss. Just cuss privately in your car. If your car used to tape you, we'd have all the cuss words you say for all the drivers you're cussing.
My car does tape me. My car does tape me.
But, sometimes those delays that sometimes frustrate you, according to the burnt toast theory, is really the universe helping you by making you avoid something that's worse. So think of it, switch your perspective.
That is a 50-50 theory. Yeah?
Switch your perspective, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's some people's perspective about those delays saving you.
No, they're saying, what it is saying, switch your perspective about delays you experience in life and treat it as something good, preventing something that could have happened.
Well,
so
I don't know.
You would be less stressed about it because you could get very stressed very quickly.
No, I ascribe that to certain things in my life that burnt toast theory.
Right now in Arima,
but at the same time, when you gotta get something done, you gotta get it done, Richard.
What?
The
video didn't say anything about not getting it done.
Okay.
It was saying about sometimes the delays that you fret over is really the universe helping you win.
Yeah. And you see, a lot of the things that will happen like that, you may not be aware of. But people who have gone through certain things, like a lot of the 911 experiences that you hear people talk about, that who should have been there, and because of those delays, that fits well with people like that. But of course, if you are delayed and nothing happens and you're not aware of anything that you missed, an accident or something else that in your space, you tend to dismiss it. Well, they're just making you late.
Yeah, but sometimes a delay can prevent you from saving someone too. You understand? I know I'm hearing you with the theory to switch his perspective, but sometimes delays prevents you from saving someone, prevents you from something good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. That's my perspective on that. But Anyway, we are back on television. We are back live now. All right. So good morning to the viewers on Gael. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. And Kim go via NETT is New Era TT Radio. That's what NETT stands for. New Era TT Radio. We are in the new era of radio. Online and, well, you could get us anywhere, anyhow, anytime. That's basically what it is. All right? So if you miss
Charles, don't forget, just as a housekeeping note that that really just applies to the three of us, don't forget to send me the link tomorrow for the guests for tomorrow.
Well, we could tell them already who our guest tomorrow will be, and I think it's a very important program for us, certainly for me, is Dr. Nicholas Maharaj. He will talk about dementia and Alzheimer's and those issues.
Yeah.
I think it's very timely.
Yeah, and we can make it even a little more expansive because, what checks can you get? Because, when it comes to brain health, people are not sure, well, how do I check it? How do I, make sure that my brain is being healthy or is still healthy? And, what do you do? So we'll be having that discussion with Dr. Maharaj tomorrow. So of course, he's a neurologist, so he'll be able to, expand on those topics. He's been on before. So if you're concerned about your mental health and especially as you age, and do you know one of the youngest dementia patients in the world, I think he just died. Well, he died was 24.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, it's a serious thing. And a lot of families, this is not just about you, this is about if you're battling with a family member whom you can't, a lot of people get impatient. They don't know how to deal with it. You know what I mean? So it's an important program to watch tomorrow with Dr. Nicholas Maharaj. And I just finished watch The Good Doctor series. I finished it finally yesterday. And a lot of in that series is about neurology and about brain health and so on. A lot of the episodes are targeted towards that, So it'll be a good program tomorrow. Don't miss it. Right? Well, we could open the lines, because if I don't say that, I know Richard and Sir Charles. Richard going to talk about the play, and Sir Charles going to talk.
What play are you talking about? Scandal and Cedrus, which is on at Central Bank this weekend.
The trigger words the trigger words.
The first play for 2026. That play.
I'll come. I don't know what day yet, but I'll come. I'll try to come.
But I suppose I'll have to go and watch. But I'll have to watch the State of the Union to see what went on there, because I'm sure that had back an element too, and the Prime Minister's speech, which seems very cheerleaderish for the United States, which is a perspective you can take. All she was missing was the MAGA hat, I guess. But maybe I shouldn't say that, because she may not be along that. She may not be that. That the MAGAs are kind of like the Nash. I don't know.
Look at that.
I was going to say the kind of the extreme part of the party, but is it really the extreme part of the party? I don't know that it is. So let me keep out of America's business.
Well, the Prime Minister was high in praise of America, and that's going to form the basis of our poll this morning.
Yeah. It's so weird that President Trump, who is probably the most controversial U.S. president in modern American history, is somebody that you would align yourself so passionately.
Yeah.
It's a little weird, but
I think it's the style. I don't even think it's the person, because I think if she's honest and she goes into the personality that is President Trump, you would want to stay far, far, far from any person like that.
But Brendel, you are now qualifying it. And seeking to say, well, it's the style and not the person. That's not what she said.
Well, I hear you.
The person, she criticized Joe Biden. Remember, earlier o'clock, she criticized Joe Biden.
Yes, she did.
And then she switched to praise Donald Trump. I have no doubt that there are Trumpians or people who are like President Trump in Trinidad and Tobago. Some people do. Well, I don't know if they still do, but they did. If they haven't now, they still did at a certain point. So obviously, it's part of I suppose it's the disruptive element, maybe, that she's attracted to. I don't know. Because he is a disruptor, intentionally so, as a style of politics. But we'll see how it all plays out. History will judge all of these times. I remember being very passionate about something one time, and a very senior judge I met, and somewhere, I can't remember, was it that's policy? Let me finish speaking, Sir Charles. I'm speaking. I'm on the phone.
Hold on. You're inviting callers, so let's take the callers.
Yeah. Let me finish this point. And I met this very senior judge, and I was ranting to them about something that was upsetting me about the world or whatever. And this very senior judge, was a Court of Appeal judge at the time, said, Richard, don't be so upset about things to that level. Understand that the world is an evolution and everything is about teaching us to move forward, even if it looks like it's taking us back. So I said, okay.
All right, okay. Caller, good morning.
See, so Charles, that's all I wanted to say. That is all.
No, that is okay. That's all
okay.
Right. Yeah, caller. But caller, good morning.
Morning, gentlemen. I agree with Richard this morning. What he expressed just now, yeah. But there's something else I want to mention that disturbed me with the speech that the Prime Minister made yesterday. And as long as I know myself, I've been conscious of politics and the geopolitics as it exists. And one thing I admired was the stance that the leadership within CARICOM, be it either Dr. Keith Rowley or Patrick Manning, even Basil Pandey, have taken a particular stance whereby we had adopted a kind of neutral role and responsibility when it comes to the geopolitics, where we stand on the sovereignty of other nations. It is very disturbing right now to say that we come across as if we are the puppet of the United States of America, and we take a definite role and stance, and even at that point in time, that we are not actually benefiting, because you have seen whereby the policies adopted by this Trump administration in terms of certain CARICOM nations with the visa issues. We also have the issue whereby persons are still, up to this day, 3 days ago, I believe, the persons were still killed on the seas without any form of justice. And the action taken against Cuba in terms of you blocking certain provisions within that nation, the persons are actually starving, right? And certain things are not provided to them, where you are trying to force your policy upon these nations themselves. And at what fault? What have we benefited since from America, right?
Okay. Thanks very much, caller. Caller, good morning.
Yeah.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
What happened in St. Kitts and Nevis last night was a Monday night forum on a Tuesday. That's what the Prime Minister gave there. But the only thing she had a regional audience. That is what I was. The part about Cuba, I watched the whole thing. The part about Cuba being undemocratic and so on. All right, and the regional leaders want freedom in their own countries, but they don't want that. Cuba has elections, and the fact of the matter is that how Cuba has assisted us for the time in terms of the medicine and education and so on. How many thousands of people who are doctors and professionals throughout the Caribbean now would have not had that opportunity had it not been for Cuba. And so she was very disingenuous and a poor student of history and so on for our regional leader, right? And to talk about is your operatives who went to other CARICOM countries and campaigned in the elections, right? So I was like aghast when I heard her say that. And you know, the applause that she got was only from our delegation, it appeared to me.
Yeah.
Like the chief secretary and the other people who accompanied her and so on. When I watched the faces of the crowd, because they panted the crowd at one point, and it was like, really? That's what someone saying. Then she and whenever she tried to contrast what Holness said, and what Holness said is that all CARICOM countries, whereas CARICOM has unified positions on certain matters. When it comes to certain elements of foreign relations, all countries seek their own interests. As we met, so to try to conflate that to what she is saying, her support for President Trump and the U.S. regime, totally out of context. I tell you, it was a rambling embarrassment to watch when you all say it. I mean, talking about Hoover's law or something and Trinidad parlance, it was all over the place. Incidentally, I didn't realize there was another female leader because the president of Suriname is a woman as well, and she welcomed her and so on, right? And talking about solidarity, when she worked in St. Kitts with Mia Motley when they were young lawyers, and they still, it was a total rambling embarrassment. So, and I'm sure you all gentlemen will come to that conclusion when you take the time and we'll watch it. And what she has done for me, I am sure she'll be given her reception throughout the rest of that 3 days will be very cold and so on, particularly when she attempts to talk about bilateral relations within the region and things. I'm afraid she has set us on an isolationist path fully for the duration of our government's stay. That's all for the opportunity, gentlemen.
Yeah. Of course, we have our poll, and our poll is based on a particular part of the Prime Minister's speech, and that is crediting the United States with our lower murder rate. Last year, I already said I found it incredulous, but at the same time, we're going to poll it if you think that the United States contributed to our reduction in murders. We're going to ask your vote on that. We're going to poll you on that, you know.
Okay.
Ambrose, you're saying something interesting there. Just the last part of it, though. Farley studied in Cuba. Farley Augustine, of course, is part of this delegation. He studied in Cuba. So much so, Farley's middle name is Chavez, not so? We wonder what are his thoughts on the Prime Minister's comments on Cuba and on our opinion.
What are you talking about? You don't understand politicians. Or listen, you should have known that for years now. And you don't understand politicians yet when they see.
I do, but I don't understand some. You see, Richard, I don't understand some of the positions that politicians take sometimes. That's what I don't understand sometimes. I always tell people I'm not a politician. I was in politics. I can't be described as a politician when people describe politicians in the most ridiculous ways.
Well,
you understand?
You're
going to get honesty from me right through, whether you like it or not. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, you can sit in the cabinet.
No. Well, I used to stand alone sometimes in meetings in council, you know. I used to take a position by myself, you know. Other people agreeing with me, you know, but they dare not open their mouth. Not me, you know.
So now we understand why. Yeah. Kola, good morning to you.
My nose will forever remain the color it is.
Kola, good morning. You there?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Gentlemen, I would suggest that when you guys have time, listen to this speech. It's so, how shall I say? I'm so embarrassed as a citizen of this country. Our past prime ministers, from Patrick Manning and Keith Rowley, and Balasipani also too, represented this country in such a high value way that you felt proud as a Trinidadian. But after yesterday's speech by the Prime Minister, I'm feeling ashamed, embarrassed of what I heard from yesterday. I will be the gentleman.
All right. Of course, our poll is up. Do you agree with the Prime Minister that the involvement of the U.S. contributed to a reduction in crime in Trinidad and Tobago. That's what she said. She said that the U.S., because of the involvement of the U.S., that we had 200 and something less murders. I was lost, but anyway, you get a chance to vote on it this morning, all right?
All right, so we are going for the 7 o'clock news, and you vote in the meantime, and we will be back.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is NETT Radio News Now.
This is news for Wednesday, the 25th of February on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Gael Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Just over a month after the Ministry of Education said it was working to resume the Employee Assistance Program, the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association says staff remain without access, and no further update has been provided. Reports in early January indicated the program had been discontinued for teachers, later clarified to affect all staff under the teaching service. In a January 9th release, the ministry said it was actively addressing the issue and promised updates once arrangements were finalized. None have followed. TTUTA President Crystal Ash said workers are frustrated, noting the EAP forms part of the collective agreement. He added the union has written to the ministry and attempted to contact Finance Minister Davindranath Tanku without response. Tanku said he would respond after reviewing the correspondence. Education Minister Michael Dowlath has been contacted for comment. The Tobago People's Party says comparisons between former PNM autonomy bills and the constitutional arrangement in St. Kitts and Nevis are fundamentally flawed. The TPP was responding to comments by PNM MP Camille Robinson Regis regarding Chief Secretary Farley Augustine's recent visit to St. Kitts with Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesar. The party argues that unlike Nevis, which has constitutionally protected authority, the PNM's proposals would have left Tobago governed from Port of Spain. The TPP maintains that true autonomy requires final decision-making power and says Tobagonians have repeatedly rejected the PNM's approach at the polls. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander has ruled out any plan to introduce legislation restricting the public from sharing footage of police-involved incidents. Responding to a question from Senator Melanie Roberts-Radman in the Senate, Alexander said there is no intention to introduce laws prohibiting or regulating the release of such footage. However, he said it is strongly advised that videos first be provided to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to assist with investigations and ensure evidence is properly secured and preserved. In a supplemental question, Senator Foster Cummings asked whether that advice amounted to a mandate. Alexander reiterated it was strongly advised. The exchange follows comments made after the fatal police shooting of Joshua Samaru, when Alexander cautioned that releasing short video clips could influence public opinion and potentially interfere with ongoing investigations. With what appears to be an uptick in violent criminal attacks, police are probing a series of armed robberies and assaults across central and north Trinidad over the past 48 hours. In one incident, vendors at the popular Audi's Doubles outlet in Golconda Village were ambushed by masked men shortly after closing. The bandits assaulted one of the victims, robbed them of cash, jewelry, and cell phones, and escaped in a stolen Nissan Navara. In Brasso, a bakery sales representative was held at gunpoint while making deliveries Monday night. The suspects blocked the roadway, robbed him of the day's sales, and fled into nearby bushes. Meanwhile, in Woodford Gardens, Chaguanas, a 25-year-old man was hospitalized with a fractured skull after being attacked with a cutlass during a home invasion. And along Long Circular Road, Maraval, armed men stormed a Church's Chicken restaurant, stealing thousands of dollars before escaping in a waiting vehicle. Police are continuing investigations into all incidents. Sea trials for the MV Blue Wave Harmony are expected to conclude by the end of February, with a regularized sailing schedule to be published this Friday. Transport Minister Eli Zakor, responding in the Senate, said the vessel remains in its sea trial phase pending final operational and safety assessments. Night berthing exercises are set to begin tomorrow, after which the vessel is expected to transition to full commercial and passenger operations. He said the sailing schedule will be issued 1 week at a time, in keeping with established practice. The ferry has been at the center of recent cargo delays affecting Tobago. During questions, Senator Melanie Roberts-Radman asked whether the schedule would be permanent and the expected port-to-port travel time. Zakor said he would provide further details in writing. In international news, 4 Russian soldiers have spoken out about what they describe as brutal conditions on the front lines in Ukraine, including summary executions of troops who refused orders. In a BBC documentary titled The Zero Line, Inside Russia's War, the men allege they witnessed commanders shoot soldiers at point-blank range for retreating or declining to take part in what they called near-suicidal assaults, known among troops as meat storms. One soldier said he saw 4 comrades executed, while another claimed dozens of bodies were left in a pit after being zeroed, Russian military slang for killing their own. The men, now in hiding, also described torture and abuse from refusing to fight. The Russian government says its forces operate with restraint and that any alleged violations are investigated. Casualty figures and the claims could not be independently verified. And that's the main stories at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
Morning vibes, fresh energy. This is the NETT Radio Breakfast Show.
Push back, 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 back. Push up, push back, 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 back. Push up, push back, 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 back. Push up, push back, 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 back. Push up. Go, 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 go. Push up. Go, 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 go.
Girl say she a boring problem. She want me to help her solve them. She want get rude and bad, so me tell her to answer me 2 questions. I better say you can't empty your drink 1 time, then get a reload. I better say you can't take off your clothes, run half naked inna the road. When the music sweeter, she feel like she broke out. This me tell her to make the monster way in her come out. Put your hand on your knee and push it back. Hand on your knee and push it back. Put your hand on your knee and push it back. Get crazy, like say Stephen Clark. Yella push back, push back, push back, push back, push back, push back, push. Yella push back, push back, push back, push back, push. Push her up, push, push, push. Back, 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 back. Push her up, push her up. Push back, push back, push, push, push back, push back, push back, push, push. Push her up. The girl them tired of the same old. Act like good girl and a play role. She want dash out and she want broke out. So thank God she pass 18-year-old. Hotter than lava, colder than ice. She not drunk yet, she just nice. And me no have to tell her twice when she hear the sound of my voice. I better say you can't empty your drink 1 time, then get a reload. I better say you can't take off your clothes, run half naked inna the road. When the music sweeter, she feel like she broke out. This me tell her to make the monster way in her come out. Put your hand on your knee and 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 push back. Hand on your knee and push back. Hand on your knee and push back. Hand on your knee and push it back. Push back, push back, push back, push back, push back, push back, push. Yella push back, push back, push back, push back, push. Push her up. Go, 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 go. Push her up. Go, 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 go. Push her up. The girl them tired of the same old. Act like good girl and a play role. She want dash out and she want broke out. So thank God she pass 18-year-old. Hotter than lava, colder than ice. She not drunk yet, she just nice. And me no have to tell her twice when she hear the sound of my voice. I better say you can't empty your drink one time, then get a reload. I better say you can't take off your clothes, run half naked in the road. When the music's sweeter, she feel like she broke out. This me tell her if you make the monster way in her come out. Put your hand on your knee and push it back. Hand on your knee and push it back. Put your hand on your knee and push it back. Get crazy like say sniffing crack. Yella push back, push back, push back, push back, push back, push back, push. Yella push back, push back, push back, push back, push her up. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Hand on your knee and hand on your knee and hand on your knee and.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio Breakfast Show, fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
All right, everybody, and of course, if you just joined us for the very first time this morning, thank you so much for being here on NETT Radio, New Era TT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean. And of course, it's good to be here with you on this midweek Wednesday morning on the breakfast show. Yeah. Of course, let me say good morning to all the folks who are joining us on Gaia Caribbean TV. Even though you got in a little late this morning, no fault of ours, but you know how the thing goes every now and then, right? Well, we thank you very much for being here. Yeah, when we come off of the Gaia stream at around 8:30, remember you can tune into us at newerattradio.com all day and every day. For those of you on TuneIn, New Era TT Radio. That way you get us on all your Google and Alexa devices, right? And of course, folks who are tuning in via our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube at this point in time, remember to like, subscribe, go check out our Instagram page, IG page, and of course follow. And what else I need to tell you is that when you're on those pages and on our website, please hit that support donate button, right? We really appreciate your support. Every little bit helps us, right? All right, so our poll for today, guess what? Do you agree with the PM that the involvement of the U.S. contributed to a reduction in crime in Trinidad and Tobago last year, all right? Remember we had an SOE and all that sort of thing. But according to the PM, the U.S. played a significant role. Do you agree? Yes or no first, and any comments after, all right? And when we come back, so we'll tell you how you voted.
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, Powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
From the producers of You Don't Leave Out to Watch Corn, now comes the first play of 2026, Scandal in Cedrus. What can possibly be going on in Cedrus? Scandal in Cedrus premieres at the Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only on Saturday the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are out now at all usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium from the week of Monday the 23rd of February. Scandal in Cedrus. You ain't ready for this
Scandal
one.
in Cedrus, boy, the place gone mad.
All right, everybody. So we are back. We are here with you on the breakfast show. And of course, it is New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio. And we are inside of the second hour. So if you're just joining us, trust me, you missed plenty already. Yeah, Wendell?
Yeah. I mean, if possible, we could show a bit of the Prime Minister's speech. I don't know if you were able to download it.
Actually, no, it's 23 minutes long.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could show up the first five or 7 or so minutes. You don't have to. We can't show the 23 minutes, but maybe just to get the gist of, especially our poll, because I think in the early part of the speech is where she mentioned about the U.S., her embracing the U.S. and they contributing to 200 and something less murders. Again, as I say, I found that. I don't know who wrote that speech for the Prime Minister. Again, here we go with me and who writing this Prime Minister's speech. But the off-the-cuff statements that she made was kind of curious concerning Mia Motley and herself. I thought that maybe she's trying to, how I should put it, get back in the good graces of Mia Motley and the other Caribbean leaders. I thought that's how she started, by speaking about her and Mia Motley and about her life in Barbados. I mean, her son was born in Barbados. I didn't even know that. I guess most of Trinidad and Tobago didn't know that until last night either, that the Prime Minister's son is Bajan born. You understand? And of course, how the length of time she lived. So she tried her best in some instances, in parts of the speech, to show that, hey, I'm a Caribbean person. I love my Caribbean people. But then you take certain positions against the Caribbean or not in alignment with the Caribbean. And I don't know that went down too well with some of the leaders. As I say, the applause was sparse, and it was clear that it may have been our contingent alone clapping for. Maybe some people in Jamaica, because she was high in praise of the Jamaican Prime Minister too. But our poll is up, people. We're going to get into the results now. Do you agree with the Prime Minister that the involvement of the U.S. contributed to a reduction in crime in TNT, in Trinidad and Tobago? All right, you ready, Sir Charles?
Yeah.
I know you had to run shortly, so we could get the poll out of the way before you run. The poll said, hell no. Apollonius, no. Truth set you free, no. Avion Abraham, no. Bernadette Yates, no. Kim Govaya, no. Gregory Boyer, no. Ava Smith, no. Melchizedek, no. Rena Jennings, no. Helen Prescott, no. Diane, no. Finbar Collins, no. Andre Reno, no. Helen, okay. They contradicting what was said about Farley, where he studied, right? Lincoln Foxtrot, no. Marlon Motley, no. Carla Hercules, no. Victor Tongs, no. We could only conquer one Victor. Margaret Thomas, no. Ambrose didn't vote here. Valerie Mendoza, no. Slick Money Grip, no. Eunice Dublin, no. Annalie Johnson, no. Ila Rizan, no. Michael Robinson, no. His call from Japan is what interrupted me from finish watching Kabla Prasad Disesa last night. When Manish called me. Boy Bidesi, no. Nahi, no. Okay. Gemma Peters, Halls, no. Dave Gosai, no. Carlisle Cupid, definitely not. Joseph Clement, no. Cause and contributed to the decline are not the same. Okay. Richard Phillip, no. Alistair Hart, no. Okay. Another chat here. Trying to get votes now. Carol Guevara, no. Scorpion Pepper say I'm leaning towards no, but need to review the data more closely. Okay, well, by that time our poll done, eh? Well, I think you need to listen to the PM of Jamaica speech. I will at some point in time. Florence Bazzi, no. Trini Merle Kitchen, no. Susan Jessup, no. And Trini Gets Fit, no. All right. So all, I think if I'm not mistaken, Charles, all no, huh? So far.
Mm-hmm. So far, everybody say no. On the WhatsApp. So let me get back to where I would start here, right? So Kurt Edwards, no. Black Pearl, no. Dre is saying no. Afria is saying no. Brenda in Pinal is saying no. Captain Ron is saying no. Judith in Tobago is saying no. Junior is saying hell no. People like me to read the hell before they know it, right? Archbishop Ashton Clark saying no. Peter Wilson saying no. And I think that is it. I'm seeing one person who else might be coming in a little late.
I have two more votes here. One from Chelsea Blue saying no, and Mr. Flavor saying hell no.
All right. And Shami, CJ is also saying no.
Mm-hmm. It would have been interesting for us to play what she actually said.
Yeah, but logistically, for me to pull it down,
I know. I'm going to run with a bit.
Yeah, and I'll join you guys back remotely. Richard, by the way, Richard gets back inside anyhow.
Yeah.
Right. So 53 people on the poll today, and 53 persons saying, all of you said, everybody said,
100% of you
100% said no.
Oh Lord.
I would say I think 50 million Frenchmen cannot be wrong, right?
No.
So 50 million Frenchmen said no today. On the poll, who did not believe that played a significant part. I don't know about the other parts, other than, people might be just looking at the murders. I don't know what other parts it may have played, if intelligence played anything with it. But I will tell you something. And for me personally, I did not hear the speech, but I'm not surprised, and I'll tell you why. Because remember the Prime Minister met with Mr. Rubio the day before or something like that, right? And
did she meet already with him?
No, I think they met just before the summit,
Oh, okay.
We have had some discussions before that, It was reported that way. And also on Monday, Sunday to Monday, there was this article in the Express where an international newspaper, I don't know the newspaper, but the Express quoted as an international newspaper, that credited the Prime Minister with her alignment, for want of a better word, as being the single person in CARICOM to align themselves with the U.S. With what was happening in the Caribbean and stuff, right? And so I don't want to say it's like an award, but they presented her in high praises for her stance in what they consider to be the old CARICOM, and like a new blood going forward. So with that going into the summit and then meeting with Mr. Rubio either hours before or sometime before the summit, I was expecting that that speech would have been a dicey speech coming out. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, well,
So majority of the people voting on the poll said no, right?
No, not the majority. All.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All, every single one.
Yeah.
Said no.
Yeah, I mean, you know, to me, it's a confusing claim. Simply, no, I didn't see the speech. But why it's a confusing claim to me is because we have always had U.S. assistance to some degree in terms of our security apparatus. That has been said before, even under Gary Griffith, and I think that there is some level of intelligence cooperation and stuff like that. Or is it that she's giving the U.S. credit? What did it do that was extra? I don't know. I suppose we'll never know because they will say it's a security issue and, you know, it's not for public knowledge. But the cooperation, the cooperation of international partners has always been part of our security apparatus, hasn't it?
Yeah. Unless you are hinting to us that it was the U.S. that advised on the state of emergency. Because let's face it, it was in fact the state of emergency that we ran for most of the year, because it started out with PNM having a state of emergency up until just before the election in April. And then when the UNC came in, they resumed the state of emergency from July, if I'm not mistaken. So I think we were just about a month or two without the state of emergency.
But I wouldn't credit the US with that. I would credit our leadership, because the PNM also did it.
Right.
And I consider it weak leadership on both parties' point of views, using state of emergencies as crime fighting tools.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're giving the police a blight, this is just my opinion, you're free to disagree. It's like you're giving the police a blight, saying, all right, all they need this because you all are not competent enough, so let's abridge people's rights to try and make you competent.
Yeah.
And to me, that's weak leadership on Dr. Rowley's part and on the current Prime Minister's part. You're supposed to say, get your ship in order, we spend enough money.
Yeah. And that's why I said, I don't know if it's some sort of hint that is what the U.S. advised at the point in time. I don't know. Because I don't know how the U.S. could be credited for us having 400 murders as opposed to 600. We still had 400 murders. We still have a problem. And look at what is happening again. You know, we still have a problem in Trinidad and Tobago.
Was it 400 or was it 3 something?
I'm using the figures. I'm using arbitrary figures. In other words, it was 600 and something in 2024, and it was 400 and something or 300, or just around 400 in 2025. So I'm using 6 and 4, right? I'm using 6 and 4 to make the point I want to make, right? We still have a problem. So even within the context, of a state of emergency, we still had a problem, even within the context of what was happening in the Caribbean seas with America and all these drug boats and alleged drug runners and all kind of thing. We still had a problem.
Yeah. Because the gang warfare continues. The gang issue is still very present.
Yeah.
And you know, many times they've talked about dismantling gangs, and yes, we're dismantling them, but we're not seeing, at least as yet, and let me say, we're not seeing to the satisfaction of the members of the public as yet that you have actually dismantled these gangs. Because you have the anti-gang legislation. How many people have been charged under that? How many people are before the court? Because if you're saying, remember at some point they were saying it was 500 or 600 or whatever members in a gang. Are we even close to 100 people that are charged under the anti-gang legislation? I don't think so.
We're going to see a whole lot of lawsuits again coming out of that SOE. That's what we're going to have.
So well, we'll see. But it just, until you're dismantling and dealing with things and solving stuff and holding people accountable, that's where the problem lies, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which we constantly articulate on this program. You know.
Mm-hmm. And again, we have a Minister of Homeland Security who I advise stay away from the media. Don't even bother to wait on them to blow in a bag or to hold a cell phone by your ears. Just get away from them fast. Don't even respond. Don't even say, look, I have no response. Don't even do that. Get away from the media as fast as you could. Because yesterday was another disastrous performance coming from a Minister of Homeland Security.
What happened yesterday?
When he was walking into Parliament and they tried to corner him and question him. You understand? First again, I mean, it's almost like if everything for him is a joke. You know? And watch how you're pushing the camera up in my face. Oh, please, Minister, go. Get away. Run.
He's probably trying to be charming.
That charming? And all the media talking to you, you didn't even have the courtesy to move the phone from by your ears. You have a phone by your ears. Clearly, you're not speaking to anybody because you're responding to the media. But you have your phone by your ears. Oh, goodness Lord, man. Anyway, we can open the lines and take some calls. Is young Charles there? Young Davis there? Yeah. Well, our guest tomorrow, as I reminded people, is Dr. Nicholas Maharaj. He will speak on Alzheimer's/dementia and any other issues concerning brain health. Because Lord knows a lot of people need it. I hope the cabinet listening tomorrow. Yeah, that's how he'll be our guest tomorrow. Plenty of people need to listen to that show tomorrow. Yes, Magic. He was pretending to be on the phone, Richard, but the phone rang at the same time.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes. It's just
that's embarrassing. I wonder if that ever happened to me.
That never happened to me.
Because at point you could pretend to be on the phone.
Harper, you understand this joke now?
To avoid somebody or something, you could pretend to be on the phone.
The other day, Harper was on the phone, right? With this, however, he was on the phone.
So anyway, we take your calls now.
Yeah, you're hearing me, Richard?
Is it that I am breaking? Is it I am breaking up or you are breaking up?
I don't know. I'm hearing you clearly.
Okay, because sometimes the signal keeps going funny. Anyways, but yeah. But anyway, 2811315, 2811315. You can take some of your calls. Of course, you can weigh in on the Prime Minister's speech yesterday, which I will have to look at some point today to give my views on what I thought, and of course, whatever other issue you want to bring up. But
yeah, this phone story I want to give you now. You listening?
What's that? Yeah.
Harper was on the phone the other day talking to somebody for a long while, and you're seeing the fed upness on his face, right? So at one point in time, he rests down the phone because he's on speakerphone. He rests down the phone and walk away. And so I'm next to the phone, and I'm only going, yeah. For the longest while, the person don't know it's me. And don't know how Papa put down the phone and gone, And he come back, he resumed the conversation.
Was it a man or a woman?
It was a woman. He was talking to his only woman has talked on. Oops.
Oh, what you saying, Mandel?
Oops.
What is that you said?
Oops.
I didn't hear. There was a break in the signal. What you said?
Oh Lord. Anyway, let's take the calls.
We have a call on the line.
You have a call? All right, Mr. Charles.
Morning, Mr. Wendell. Morning, Mr. Raghuba.
Morning, Mr.
Good morning, Mr. Patrick.
Good morning, Mr. Young Davis.
Good morning.
I was listening to the speech, CARICOM, Sometimes I just wonder if people just go to create a war or to create pieces. Because I hear like there's a lot of venom outside there, man. A lot of venom being spewed out there and things outside there, man. I find sometimes when you have certain things, oh, you kidnap this woman and they bring it back and they write it, character back. I don't know. But something wrong with that speech? I don't know. But what are you called for? Cement. West Indian ready mix shut down for permanent, they say. And I was talking to a contractor the other day. You know, Abel block gone up, concrete block gone up, all concrete products gone up, so housing going up. Everything going up in Trinidad again now. So, I don't know how we're going with that, because a lot of people go home too, because the company say they're going to send them all the workers. So, that is what happened when they raised the gas price by what?
77%. 77%, I think it is.
77%. So we see a ripple effect now, and if that company shut down, it have more company in the concrete thing going and shut down, because that company only for years, for years. So,
well, isn't Ready Mix the largest in terms of those that is that kind of distributor of concrete product, because they're the ones that always have those big trucks that slowly mixing, and if you have a large area, are they the only one? But they have several others, don't they?
No, they have pre-mix, they have Crucial, that different companies. But the price structure was totally different. Ready Mix, I think, was a little more reasonable price. But if that is the problem going with Ready Mix, that goes down with everybody, because Abel said they need to pay more gas to make the blocks and everything, so everything going up better. Lord, all water bills, I'm sorry for you. Feel rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Okay. Yeah. People have to do what they have to do to make themselves comfortable and to build a house for the family. At the end of the day, it's not the first time we would be having an increase in cement and construction material. And it ain't going to be the last time. You know, people have decisions to make. A lot of people may regret not making the decision earlier.
Yeah.
Obviously,
it has disrupted. It's disrupting the sector, because if you have several places like that closing down, it's going to be disruptive to the sector.
Yeah.
Because the less competition you have, And I'm not so sure if is Ready Mix part of the Answer Macau group. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I have no clue. But Answer Macau has been one of the vocal conglomerates against the issue, because they knew they were going to be affected. And well, yes, and as I said, and we spoke to, we didn't speak to, but the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Commerce was also very clear in their criticism of, you see, was very clear in their criticism of what took place and how it was going to affect manufacturers, and to enough to have a media conference on the issue. So obviously, a lot of businesses in the country are affected, and the consumer ultimately is going to pay the price. I mean, businesses are going to pay a price too, because some of them are going to close, and going to be workers on the line, and I don't know this. I don't. This government obviously is making, and I think it's how they're making the decisions too that's upsetting people. There's a kind of condescension.
They consider the fact that they have that resounding mandate as reasons to make certain decisions that not taking the wider issues into context. I guess that's what they're doing.
Anyway, we're taking your calls, 281-1315, 281-1315.
Yes, we do.
We're taking your calls on this Wednesday morning.
Yeah, we have a call, Richard. Hello?
Morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I listened to the Prime Minister's speech yesterday, and I mean, there's a great cause for concern. Some of the things he's saying, right? One of the things in the article is, what was Maduro charged for? Allegedly, was he alleged charge?
Trafficking.
And how he possessed some kind of gun or some kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The matter is not fully observed in the court. They didn't prove that when the trial is still going on. And the Prime Minister gets up in front of the international audience and saying, "Oh, Maduro is a dictator, and he murdered hundreds of opposition people, and look, he released 300." And she giving statements, but the thing is that ventilated in court here.
Yeah,
She says,
I heard that too.
Yeah, then she says, for the U.S. involvement reduced crime by 42%, and 40% of the murders is gang related, and is attributed to Venezuelan gangsters coming and linking up with Trinidad gangsters. Well, up to now, we see them arrest nobody. No much Venezuelan arrested for gang related thing in Trinidad. Right? So then what's the problem? Right? The next thing now, she talking about the gangs, and Richard was saying this morning, you know why they're not charging anybody with the gang related? There's only one gang that have in Trinidad.
Don't say that.
Yeah. Because you think about all the people that are saying why they can't arrest people for gang related. I think there's no other gangs. It's people who linking up to do crime. A gang is an organized thing, you know. When you watch on TV and you hear gangs, the Crips and the Blood, you can recognize them, how they dress, the tattoo, the whatever. These people, just people linking up one or two people and doing stuff. It's not an organized thing, because how you bring down a gang? You know that is a gang, you infiltrate the gang, you get somebody inside who giving you information and who could take them out and so on. So them can't have no gang thing.
We need an Elliot Ness in Trinidad and Tobago caller. That's what we need. Elliot Ness.
Yeah. But the speech is a great cause of concern, man. And as you say, when she can't be writing them things, man. She can't be saying them things.
Yeah, it's kind of unbelievable.
Yes, I mean, when she do that international thing, it's making Trinidad looking at, I mean, look how she sung it. I want to hear what is the other CARICOM leader's response, because that there so a chord of divisiveness in CARICOM, when she said anything. Right? So, I don't know, I just think that. And next thing too, we talking about the murders, right? I don't care if it's 600, if it's 10. The police are a man gunned down two people in a park with people playing, come over a woman and shoot her, right? In other jurisdictions, you know what that kind of character to be on the loose? You hunting them down to the nail. You're going after you to get you off the streets.
I agree with you.
Right? Yes. We hunting them down. And watch me, as a fire, I understand the person, no mask, no nothing, broad daylight, that cameras all over the place. When that happened, the police and them supposed to come. If that case of that police officer that gone down so, and they don't seek him out and hunt him down and get him already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
it should be a priority in terms of police media conferences that we are no longer tolerating this. We are going to get you.
Yeah.
Yep. But you know what is coming out in the media? The kind of character the man was. The woman, the mother or the child or the girl warning her that she should stay away from. That is the stories we get to know.
Right. They're blaming the victim.
Yes, they're blaming the victim.
What she doing so that caused that? It's something she had to do and all kind of stuff and like that. Right?
That's what we're doing.
We will always get it wrong if you keep focusing on anything. Crime is really a case of opportunistic thing. We can't tell what is the next murder. No. But when it happened, the police had to apprehend the person, get them off the street, bring them to justice, right? We don't care if it's 400, 200, it's 10. That is all their job. Don't focus on fight crime, fight criminals. Don't fight no crime, fight criminals. Go after them, apprehend them, right? And then you can say, okay, apply the justice if it's the hangman. If he say now, yeah, you ready for the hangman? Watch me let that hang. That nobody.
Yeah.
Never holding nobody that acquire any person because one man, we have 600 murders. You looking for 600 killers? One man kill about 20 people. So if you arrest, if you go after you and hold you and get you off the streets, and the murder will reduce.
Yeah. Well, that's how they view the SOE. Yeah? They view the SOE as, remember how the SOE started? They blamed gang leaders in prison. They said they were in prison calling the hits, and they had to move them out from the prison. So you know all this. You have all this information, and yet still we having people being killed.
Yeah, this kind of thing, and we are accepting this kind. Look at the next thing I can see, right? All them drug busts. You have drug busts in the Caribbean. You get $171 million. You ain't holding nobody, right? So they're taking guns and them off the street. They ain't holding nobody, right? So your intelligence. Somebody has $171 million worth of cocaine in the swamp.
Caller, you
gonna
make me cuss you the way as cuss Richard too. Stop using the word intelligence when it comes to the TTPS. Stop using it. It do exist.
All right, it's not. But what if the drugs is really come for the gang when the gang collect it?
Yeah, we talk about that all the time here. They said they couldn't leave the police officers in the swamp because they will get mosquito bite. All of this, imagine the head of the police saying this, to us, and we supposed to just take that.
So this $171 million in drugs, right? We hear the story, big headline, and the radar help it and all kind of thing. Up to now we hear nothing after. So what they do with this, they ain't hold nobody, so it's not no case or nothing. So they don't want to keep the drugs, so no evidence or whatever, right? No. So if all they're so serious about that, so we all are going down to the heliport and you had the $171 million that in drugs and they incinerate it and get rid of it and get it off the streets and things. What happened to that $171 million? Where is it?
I asked a commissioner of police that on radio here a morning. What are you all doing with all the drugs and guns you all seize? And especially when there's no arrest. So there's no case, right? You're right. There's no case if you have no arrest, right? So what are you all doing with it?
Right.
I never get an answer.
So we have bonfire somewhere where incinerate the $171 million in drugs. So we are public display destroyed all the illegal firearms and guns and things. But you keeping illegal firearms, and still an illegal firearm in possession of the police somewhere. So what they going to do? Just lock it up in an armory somewhere and says illegal guns. You know what? We don't want it off the street. We want it over the possession and the police will get rid of it. Right?
Thanks, caller.
And the next point is this, right? She make a case of the Brent Thomas kidnapping and thing. Oh, you see not the problem with the kidnapping. She had the thing with Brent Thomas kidnapping, right? I was searching who is Brent Thomas. Brent Thomas is an arms dealer. He had issues, right? He's an arms dealer. Right? So why you want different Brent Thomas and thing in an international forum and that police and talking about it was complicit with the government or whatever. And the same police officers who do that and think that then they're still in the police service, the deputy commissioner right now, and nothing was done against them.
Yeah, and the court did rule for Brent Thomas, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the court ruled for Brent Thomas, right? So
and not only that, the judge was very scathing in his criticism of what was done.
Right, but who did it? The same police officer get promoted.
Right. Well, that's for the TTP. But that's the whole thing of accountability to people for their actions.
Right.
And not only that, somebody had to approve it. Somebody had to approve an entire a whole mission to go and get somebody in another country because Barbados had to apologize.
Yes.
The Barbados Attorney General apologized.
But is it the government or the Minister of National Security who go and say, hey, go and arrest Brent Thomas? No, we had police intelligence unit who say, hey, so and Brent Thomas and the country.
I don't know to what degree the Attorney General's department was involved. But to me, if you're doing a mission that is outside the jurisdiction of Trinidad and Tobago, the government has to be informed to some degree.
Yeah.
Through some arm, whether it's the Minister of National Security or whether it's the Attorney General.
And that was the link the Prime Minister made, eh? That was the link she attempted to make.
Yeah, one saying the concept of genesis of the whole thing had to come from police and the police information intelligence. Sorry, Wendell. The police intelligence. And they would say, listen, but we had to go Barbados and so, but let me get the right protocol, let me go get the okay from the Attorney General and say, okay, well, we okay with that. But I doubt it's the politician who say, boy, look, Brent Thomas say, boy, let me go and arrest him in Barbados. The police and them that are the thing, who will say, listen, let me go after the man right in Barbados or whatever. You know, we don't want an extradition kind of thing, so let me clear with the thing. And them say, okay, whatever the man, we can sign up, or let go and take it. But it's the same persons who do that now.
Well, we have people complaining how you're on too long and other people trying to call. So, but thanks again. Thanks for raising a lot of very relevant and issues this morning, right?
Yeah,
man.
Sorry, caller. Sorry for you. For overstaying my time. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you don't normally stay too long, but thanks for the conversation this morning. All valid points. All right, the lines are still open, people. All your call, though. No,
good morning, caller. All that caller's waiting. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Richard and Wendell. Sir Charles isn't there. Charles, good morning.
No, you want to talk to Sir Charles? You called to talk to Sir Charles, or you called to talk to us?
I want to know the name of our last guest because I had a guest. All right. Listen to me. The both of you, I think you all need to listen to that speech and let us have a full discussion on that tomorrow, because that was the worst I've ever heard. I don't normally look at those people and listen to them, but because she was out in the CARICOM affair, I said, let me sit and listen. Well, I was totally ashamed. She went there to reinforce the point that CARICOM is not a zone of peace, as far as what I gathered. And the things that I heard, it was not for that forum. I am totally ashamed. Richard, you have to listen to it and break that down for us, what you really think from your point of view. It was what I have to say. It couldn't get any worse. I would really love to hear when Mia Motley's speech, because I'm sure they were shocked. And you know what is so ironic? That speech going on that station, and as soon as it finished, they came up with news. That's on TTT. They came up with news. I think it's on TTT or I switched to 5. I can't remember now, but one of them, almost at the same time. You know, they're telling us about a Trinidadian who was sent back to America for trial with guns. He sent down guns here in punching bags. 200 and something guns and so many rounds of ammunition and what was so this emphasis she put it on Venezuela and the guns coming and the narco trafficking. I said, well, what's really going on here? She there making a statement in CARICOM and going on with a lot of things that is, I feel, is not to be said there, and which is not, I never heard it in public. And on the news we hearing that a man shipped down that in punching bags. So where the guns really coming from? In truth and in fact, because I feel a lot of them come through things here in the ports here in Trinidad and Tobago. So the emphasis she put in on that side and thanking the American government, I can't see how that came in at all. She just went to reinforce her distance from that CARICOM and talking she wants to be in it. And I'll listen to it because I so annoyed this morning that I don't know, I was pulling the ear off of my head last night. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have to listen to it. And to be able to, as I said, I didn't see it at all. So I can't even say what I see part, and I can't. I saw nothing, so I can't comment.
I think I might have looked at the first 10 to 15 minutes, but if it's 23 minutes long, I would have missed it. But I certainly didn't hear the part about Cuba and so on. But I watched about 10 or so minutes of the speech before a call interrupted it, and I never went back to it. Because when you get a Facebook link and you come off the link, it goes to other parts of Facebook. You know that, right?
Or you couldn't search for Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago's speech to CARICOM
No,
2026.
I wasn't that interested, Richard, honestly. I'm brutally honest. I wasn't that interested. After what I heard, I said, man, I don't need to hear no more. And I left it right there. But I saw the comments on it. All manner of people commenting on it on social media. And as I said, it prompted a release from the Minister of Justice. That would have been your line minister, Richard. Do you know him?
I have no line minister, sir.
I said that would have been your line minister.
I have no line minister, sir.
All right, we do
But
have another.
Mr. Davis Maraj got a voice and released something.
We do have another call on the line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Wendell Richard.
Morning, sir.
I agree with Nina. I believe you all should look at the speech. You and Wendell should look at it, and we have a discussion on it tomorrow. Because what she said was not for that forum. She should not have said those things there. And talking about Cuba being a dictatorship and communist country, and isn't China a communist country? And we not doing business with China. Why doesn't she stop doing business with China? And also, what I can't understand is she having a one-on-one with Marco Rubio this morning before he meets with all the others. Something is not gelling there. And as I said, when you look at it, what people are saying is justifiable.
Well, I think the meeting with Marco Rubio is just to establish visually and or optically that Trinidad and Tobago has a special relationship with the United States. I think that's what that is.
There's a photo up there.
Yeah. It's to show that we have this is
what he's saying to Marco Rubio before he meets the others. Can she say that when the others are there?
Well, obviously she could say anything she wants, which is what she did, from what I'm hearing. But certainly, because it was indicated in the media that Trinidad and Tobago met with Marco Rubio before the actual session. But I think all of that is optics, because everything in politics at that level is always intentional. That didn't happen by guess.
One of the things against the icon stream, for somebody who is a senior counsel, you can't be making statements that Maduro is a narco trafficker and he is responsible for a lot of people's lives being lost and all these sort of things. You can't make these blanket statements and things without proof.
Yeah, it was.
What I would advise you all to do, look at it, and we will discuss this at another time tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll try to play it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll try to play it.
It may be too long to play, Wendell, depending on how long it is.
Well, it's 23 minutes long.
Yeah, but that might be too long to play.
But certainly,
I think we'll just have to look at it and be able to discuss it And even if it's showing clips, maybe, but I don't think you can show the whole thing.
Well, most of what we are discussing this morning, outside of the Cuba issue, happened within the first 10 minutes that I watched. Because most of what the people raising this morning is what I would have heard. And what I would have said I heard. You understand? So maybe we could look at the first 10 minutes of it and try to find the part with the Cuba reference. I didn't see that part. You know? Yeah.
Well, at this point, it's just maybe, but no, there's a point at which we have to go for news. So we'll wait for the news at this point. Yeah.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is news for Wednesday, the 25th of February on New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio, and Gael Caribbean TV. I'm Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Just over a month after the Ministry of Education said it was working to resume the Employee Assistance Program, the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association says staff remain without access, and no further update has been provided. Reports in early January indicated the program had been discontinued for teachers, later clarified to affect all staff under the teaching service. In a January 9th release, the ministry said it was actively addressing the issue and promised updates once arrangements were finalized. None have followed. TTUTA President Crystal Ash said workers are frustrated, noting the EAP forms part of the collective agreement. He added the union has written to the ministry and attempted to contact Finance Minister Davindranath Tanku without response. Tanku said he would respond after reviewing the correspondence. Education Minister Michael Dowlath has been contacted for comment. The Tobago People's Party says comparisons between former PNM autonomy bills and the constitutional arrangement in St. Kitts and Nevis are fundamentally flawed. The TPP was responding to comments by PNM MP Camille Robinson Regis regarding Chief Secretary Farley Augustine's recent visit to St. Kitts with Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesar. The party argues that unlike Nevis, which has constitutionally protected authority, the PNM's proposals would have left Tobago governed from Port of Spain. The TPP maintains that true autonomy requires final decision-making power and says Tobagonians have repeatedly rejected the PNM's approach at the polls. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander has ruled out any plan to introduce legislation restricting the public from sharing footage of police-involved incidents. Responding to a question from Senator Melanie Roberts-Radman in the Senate, Alexander said there is no intention to introduce laws prohibiting or regulating the release of such footage. However, he said it is strongly advised that videos first be provided to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to assist with investigations and ensure evidence is properly secured and preserved. In a supplemental question, Senator Foster Cummings asked whether that advice amounted to a mandate. Alexander reiterated it was strongly advised. The exchange follows comments made after the fatal police shooting of Joshua Samaru, when Alexander cautioned that releasing short video clips could influence public opinion and potentially interfere with ongoing investigations. With what appears to be an uptick in violent criminal attacks, police are probing a series of armed robberies and assaults across central and north Trinidad over the past 48 hours. In one incident, vendors at the popular Audi's Doubles outlet in Golconda Village were ambushed by masked men shortly after closing. The bandits assaulted one of the victims, robbed them of cash, jewelry, and cell phones, and escaped in a stolen Nissan Navara. In Brasso, a bakery sales representative was held at gunpoint while making deliveries Monday night. The suspects blocked the roadway, robbed him of the day's sales, and fled into nearby bushes. Meanwhile, in Woodford Gardens, Chaguanas, a 25-year-old man was hospitalized with a fractured skull after being attacked with a cutlass during a home invasion. And along Long Circular Road, Maraval, armed men stormed a Church's Chicken restaurant, stealing thousands of dollars before escaping in a waiting vehicle. Police are continuing investigations into all incidents. sea trials for the MV Blue Wave Harmony are expected to conclude by the end of February, with a regularized sailing schedule to be published this Friday. Transport Minister Eli Zakor, responding in the Senate, said the vessel remains in its sea trial phase pending final operational and safety assessments. Night berthing exercises are set to begin tomorrow, after which the vessel is expected to transition to full commercial and passenger operations. He said the sailing schedule will be issued 1 week at a time, in keeping with established practice. The ferry has been at the center of recent cargo delays affecting Tobago. During questions, Senator Melanie Roberts-Radman asked whether the schedule would be permanent and the expected port-to-port travel time. Zakor said he would provide further details in writing. In international news, 4 Russian soldiers have spoken out about what they describe as brutal conditions on the front lines in Ukraine, including summary executions of troops who refused orders. In a BBC documentary titled The Zero Line, Inside Russia's War, the men allege they witnessed commanders shoot soldiers at point-blank range for retreating or declining to take part in what they called near-suicidal assaults, known among troops as meat storms. One soldier said he saw 4 comrades executed, while another claimed dozens of bodies were left in a pit after being zeroed, Russian military slang for killing their own. The men, now in hiding, also described torture and abuse from refusing to fight. The Russian government says its forces operate with restraint and that any alleged violations are investigated. Casualty figures and the claims could not be independently verified. And that's the main stories at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
From the producers of You Don't Leave Out to Watch Corn, now comes the first play of 2026 Scandal in Cedrus. What can possibly be going on in Cedrus? Scandal in Cedrus premieres at the Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only on Saturday the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are out now at all usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium from the week of Monday the 23rd of February. Scandal in Cedrus. You ain't ready for this
Scandal
one.
in Cedrus, boy, the place gone mad.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
All right.
So we are back
to the 8 o'clock news. Just some interesting comments on the chat this morning.
But some people are commenting on how handsome I look in that picture.
Yes, they are. They're saying, but Richard grandson, he has a very handsome guy. They say that. You know, for most of the mornings now, I realize I'm the only person showing up on camera. I need to start taking off my camera. Because Sir Charles is never on camera. And then most times now, you are not on camera.
I don't know why Sir Charles is not on camera.
So when people watching the show, you see why they're getting fed up on me sometimes? Because only my face they see. And
But I don't know what is Sir Charles' reason for not being on camera. I don't know.
Well, he didn't he explain that? But
No.
Sir Charles look like if he does be mostly doing something else.
No,
like
he said he's doing operational things, but that is not an excuse. Ting is be doing operational things too. Steve Khan.
Well,
and Steve Khan would be on camera.
I guess so. Well, we'll have to have a sidebar with Sir Charles. We'll have to have a what do they call it? What Rubio and Kamala doing? What is they having? Doing it private?
I don't know. So I can't say.
Anyway.
But we're still taking your calls, 281-1315, 281-1315. Of course, Scandal in Cedrus is on this weekend. The first play of 2026. Theater begins this weekend at Central Bank Auditorium. I met people yesterday. I went price, man, and people asked me, what is the next play? What is the next play? I said, oh, obviously don't watch the breakfast show on Gael. And they said, by the time you take the Gael, you're not on. I said, I can't argue with that. There's a little Pong Gael. Take it or leave it.
Well,
yeah. So anyway, yeah. But so they said. So yeah. So I told them, and they were very excited about the fact that theater had restarted. So yes, we are on this weekend. Scandal in Cedrus this weekend, Saturday at 8:30, Sunday at 6:30. Of course, tickets available at the Central Bank Auditorium box office. Yes, you can get tickets there. And yes, we do accept links and credit card transactions. For those of you who want to go to an outlet, you can go to outlets at K Squared Fashions in West Mall, East Gates, or Brentwood Mall in Chagonas. You can also get tickets at Alextronics in Arima. So Arimians, you can go to Alextronics. If you don't know where it is, look it up. It's right next to the post office in Arima, basically. So that's a good point. If you know where the post office is in Arima, Electronics is right next door. So you can get tickets there. Jabili Rawi in Tunapuna, next door to Rosine's Roti Shop, around there. Antoni's Florals in Valpark Shopping Plaza, which is kind of just beneath the Chinese restaurant in Valpark. It's underneath there. You won't miss it at all. And of course, Charflair Auto Services in Charflair. So you can get tickets at all of those outlets. You can also purchase tickets online. You could check RSRR Productions Theater on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. And you could go to any post with the play. And if it's not in the post itself, it will be in the first comment to that post. You would see all of the instructions of how to purchase tickets online.
Richard, you know what you maybe unconsciously or inadvertently doing? You advertising a lot of other businesses when you describing where to go and get tickets. You know that, right?
Yeah, I think that's why people sell tickets.
so that the roti shop will get advertised too, or the post office?
No. But people know Hosan Roti Shop is just a marker because it would be because it's a marker because people like to eat in Trinidad and Tobago. But it may not always be going to a store like Jabili Rawi. So you have to go with whatever the marker is so they will understand what it is. Same thing in Antoni's Florals, the Chinese restaurant. People like to eat. So if you say it's underneath, you'll know, oh, okay, I know where to find it.
When we speak about Rumbox, though, I have to admit, we speak as Rumbox right close to UFEs. Because UFEs and us, we have a good relationship. The people from UFEs support us and we support them. You know what I mean? So and you can't miss the UFE sign when you're coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you know? I watched a video that was done. I think it was I don't know if it was a BBC documentary that Dominic Caripesa had put up. Now I have interfaced with the UFE management already, so I'm aware to a certain degree of it. But the UFE's founder, the father. Well, whoever might be the grandfather now, because I think now it's
Solomon.
Solomon
Yufi, I think is his name.
It's two brothers. It was one was Roger and one was somebody else. But the interesting is I have the video here, and I was going to play it one morning because it's so interesting, but it's a long video. I mean, it's like how the Prime Minister's speech is like 20-something minutes or something like that.
Oh.
But
in the video, there were they were born in Trinidad, a twin. Now, Euphies, people may think Euphies is Syrian. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
They're Jewish.
They're
right?
Jewish, yes.
Yeah, they're not Syrian or Lebanese as people may think. Because they're selling cloth. you know that's what Trinidadians think. Once you're selling cloth, you're Syrian. But it's not. And the two brothers were born here, but a twin. But one went to Germany with the mother, and one stayed in Trinidad and eventually went to the US, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had two different existences because he grew up and his mother was a supporter of the Nazi regime. So he grew up in Germany, that one. And this other one grew up in Trinidad and was in Sea Scouts and stuff. And when the brother used to see pictures of him with all of these people of color, and because he's in Trinidad, obviously, and them getting along, he couldn't understand it at all. And eventually they met when they were young adults, 20-something like that, or somewhere around there. And the first meeting was terrible. They were very awkward. And I don't know if they did not like each other, but they didn't. The next time they met was 20 years later. And they were trying to build a kind of relationship. And they are twins, and identical twins.
Right.
And eventually, after that meeting, the one from Germany died. So it never went further than that. But the whole story is very interesting. So I was going to play that video like a Did You Know, but it's a real long Did You Know.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting. And it's like a documentary. I don't know if it's the BBC that did it, but obviously it was something like that. And it was and so the footage, there was a narrator, going through the story of what happened to these two young boys who were born in Trinidad, but then got split. And one is in Germany and one remained in Trinidad and then eventually went to the US.
Yeah.
And all as the backdrop to Euphies' story in a kind of way. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's a very generous man. And I know the people who he has working for him have been there for years and years and years. That's always a sign of some sort of stability in a place. When you see someone working, when you see the same staff working in an establishment for years. I always admire that about Jenny's on the Boulevard too. It's like those people have been there since Jenny was a child. She still looks childish to her, but I always admire that in certain establishments. But you see the real boss, put something in the chat, right, about Sir Charles not being seen on camera, right?
Yes. We do have to work on that. We will be working on that.
Yeah. But I can't say what the real boss say because his son on air. More than Corey Pascal, you are real bacchanalis, yes?
Or is Corey Pascal that make a comment? Okay.
Yes, in our little chat now.
Because he and Corey Pascal used to be very visible in the Slick and the Wicked. Yes.
Yeah.
They used to be very visible. Yes. Both of them.
Very.
Yeah.
We do have
Folks, we're taking calls. You have any calls there, young Mr. Davis?
Yeah, we have a call on the line.
Let's take that call.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning. Hi, Captain Ron. Morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Captain. Yeah, morning, sir. Listen, I first of all, I want to agree. I'm in full agreement with Zena. I really would like the two of you gentlemen, Richard and Wendell, to give it an audience to look at that thing. If you can stomach it to the end, and then come back and talk with your audience, because it's really shameful. And as one of your previous callers said, it shows a poor remembrance or attendance of history that what Cuba has done for Trinidad for so many years, for Miss Kamala Passat to go there and I don't know, and say these crazy things. I think she's suffering from something. I don't know what. I'm not a doctor, but it seems like she's not all well upstairs. Because I don't know. From what I heard yesterday, I'm thinking everybody in Trinidad have a U.S. passport now, because you would swear it's a U.S. state that is talking to the CARICOM.
So it means we might become a state before Puerto Rico?
Person from the CARICOM community. So I really need for you. I really wish and I hope and pray that you guys really give it an audience tonight, or whenever you have time, and then come back and talk with us, because I would love to hear your opinions. It really says a lot.
Yeah, well, I will try to finish watch it, because I did.
Sorry?
No, I will try to finish watch it, because I did give my opinion on some parts that I heard.
Yeah, I think you need to watch the whole thing, and because she left no room for anybody to be discussed. I don't know if she doesn't. She made us. You know what's hurting the most? And nobody could. I don't care who calls and just try to dispute this. They have to prove it to me. She's claiming America helped with the crime situation. What help they have done? America can't even solve their own crime problems. Let's just use one type of mass shootings in America. How she can make that kind of statement in St. Kitts? America crime situation is terrible, and they can't even solve it.
Yeah.
And
Captain Ron, you may have missed that. You may have missed that.
Giving Trump and them this kind of praises.
Yeah, we did. That was the basis of our poll this morning.
I don't get it.
Yeah, that was the basis of our poll this morning. Actually, Captain Ron, you may have missed that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. I guess that something is wrong, and let me give somebody else a chance. But y'all, please look at it, and we'll talk about it one after you guys, because your opinion matters.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Thanks. Of course, our guest tomorrow is Dr. Nicholas Maharaj. He will speak on Alzheimer's and dementia, which hint, 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 hint. Y'all don't miss the show tomorrow, okay?
Ready Mix is owned by TCL. I just got a message. I didn't realize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So, Ms. Carrington, Joanne Carrington, we will confirm. Sir Charles actually was supposed to confirm it today. But we're going to do, in any event, we're going to do the prize giving on Friday. It's at Rumbox. Rumbox is right next to Euphy's on the Western Main Road in St. James, right after Subway, after City Furniture, and before Euphy's. So it's in between there, right? That last block before the traffic light, Rumbox is right there. And we want to look at 4 p.m. on Friday, all right? But so even if we don't get the vouchers from the Hyatt and so on, we're going to do the other prizes, because we have everything else. It's just the vouchers Sir Charles was waiting on, right? But I guess we could have the person go and collect the voucher themselves when they're ready, right? That will be all the 3 prize winners actually, I think, getting Hyatt vouchers. One getting more than the other, right? I think that's what it is, if I remember carefully. But we're gonna talk more on it tomorrow and confirm for sure for Friday at 4 p.m. by Rumbox, right? You can't miss it, right? And Rumbox takes cards, right? Just letting you all know.
All right, so we could squeeze in a couple more calls, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 281-131 281-131. Oh, it's there on the screen. 281-1315. Well, for those of you listening and not watching, 281-1315 or 299-5156. So you can call us now.
Andre is also saying it's quite normal for the U.S. Secretary of State to attend CARICOM meetings and have side meetings. You may recall Mr. Young and the then PM had similar meetings in their bid for OFAC licenses. All right. Sri Lanka, Jason Samuel is saying Sri Lanka is playing New Zealand this morning. Well, I'm back in Sri Lanka for that. Yesterday, England played. What is wrong with me? Well, England played yesterday. Anyway, England won. But I was back in the other side. But I can't remember who it is now. Why did the name ain't coming? Pakistan. They played Pakistan. England played Pakistan yesterday. I had liked Pakistan for that game, but England prevailed. You know?
We do have a call on the line.
Yeah, let's take it now.
Caller, good
This
morning.
might.
Yeah, morning again. Wendell and Mitchell and David, good morning. Yesterday I was watching in the news the Minister of Transport, they went ahead and gave the 3 to 7 days grace period with some tickets and penalty now. Right? And then you had to report to the police station to rectify the problem. But I recently wanted a windscreen for my car. I have a Toyota Corolla. I had to wait about 4 weeks. So if you give me 7 days now to fix something I can't get, what could be my position, boy?
Park up the car?
No, you park up the car, but not the car park up. You have to show the vehicle within 7 days.
No, but you can't show a vehicle within 7 days if you don't have the new windscreen.
But they pass the bill after 7 days, you'll be charged.
No, that's if you originally got a ticket.
You have some
if you didn't get a ticket, you're not obligated to show your vehicle.
No, they should have a notice they're given. Somebody will go a notice to defect 3 days or 7 days.
Right. That is if you would have received police stop you and you would have received a notice or a warning or whatever.
But they say if you don't report within the 3 to 7 days, you'll get the ticket.
Yeah, we discussed that already, you know, Mr. Patrick, how kind of unreasonable it is.
But yesterday they make it law in the parliament.
Okay.
Yesterday.
All right.
You understand? But there's something wrong with that because I know people who can't get past the vehicle right now.
Yeah.
So, you understand? So after 7 days, you can't get it past. You'll still get charged. Something wrong with that, boy. All right.
Yeah. Well, I sent for something. Oh gosh, Odell guy, my apologies. I got your message, but I was saying, but why you ain't calling me? I said, you know, but I'll call you right after the show. I had to send for something for my vehicle there. You know how much right here? The price right here is over $5,000. You know how much I get it from abroad because there are plenty of them vehicles abroad. I get it for less than $100 US. But the dealer here is selling it for $5,300 TT dollars.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Something is wrong somewhere along the line with them kind of things, you know. You know what I mean? So I waited for.
It's borderline extortion.
Yes. Oh yes.
And all of them like that, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
All you have to do is find the location in the United States or in Europe. Give them your VIN number, your vehicle information number, and your engine number, and they pulling up your vehicle, so they know exactly what you need. You ain't guessing it.
Yep. So that's why I say it's too extortion like here in Trinidad and Tobago in terms of car sellers. They're ridiculous in terms of their parts policy. It's like they multiply it by 20, sometimes 100. You know, it's ridiculous. I'm yet to find maybe there is one that's reasonable. Well, if they were to advertise that let me tell you, any person, any company that's selling cars in Trinidad and Tobago, wherever, whatever, EVs or whatever, if you could show us that your parts are comparable to what other international customers are paying, then you probably will get most of the sales.
Yeah. Ridiculous. And better anyway. It just is you're right. Kind of extortion on behalf of some of the dealerships in Trinidad and Tobago. That's how it has come across.
Yeah. Anyway, we're right bang on 8:30, so this is where we can sign off. So just remind you, of course, that Scandal in Citrus is on at Central Bank Auditorium this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Looking forward to having lots of fun. And it's a great point to laugh and distress yourself from anything that's bothering you in life. Trust me, laughter always helps. Enough people come backstage sometimes and say, thank you, I needed that. So come out and see Scandal in Cedros on Saturday at 8:30, Sunday at 6:30 at the Central Bank Auditorium. there will be security on the streets to look at your parking and stuff like that. And of course, you can purchase tickets at the Central Bank Auditorium, which opens from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. So you can get your tickets there. And yes, they do accept links. And of course, you can also purchase tickets at K Squared Fashions in West Mall, Eastgate, and in Brentwood Mall in Chagonas, and Electronics in Arima, Jubilee Railway in Tunapuna, and Tony's Florals in Val Park Shopping Plaza in Charflair, Auto Services in Charflair. You can also purchase tickets online. Check RSRR Productions Theatre on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, and check the first comment in our post, and you should see the methodology to accomplish that. Have a fantastic day. Remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health. New Era TT Radio continues on the stream at newerattradio.com and New Era TT Radio on TuneIn. Listen to the excellent programming throughout the day.
All right, folks.
Get up. It's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned